Right. Right, Iron Throne. Time to wrap up this
It
baby.
shall be even bloodier than you
No
hoped.
time to chit-chat.
Out the way, fly while you can. There be madness here, and I can stand it no longer.
Calm down and explain yourself, good sir, that I may understand you better.
Calm down? Calm down while Cyborg's acolytes practice their magic cacophony upon me. I dare say not, stranger. I dare say not at all.
Try to keep
okay.
up.
Hey,
Run away!
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Yeah, there's security there. I think I'll just turn my party invisible and we'll walk to
Right, what's this then?
where we
You
need to
must
be.
be loving this.
Gather your party before venturing
It
forth.
shall be even bloodier than you hoped.
Now this I like. Secure a room for us at once.
I think that's the first time Bela has said anything during the goddamn game. Besides the opening dialogue he had.
Try to keep up. It shall be even bloodier than you hoped.
Waiting for me to fight. Might as well choose the location. And strictly speaking, probably even need to fight them. We're here for the papers. But we'll see. Ooh, that's the ambassador killed.
hello. I don't want any trouble.
What are you doing here? Get out of this building before I call the guards.
Can't do that until you answer some questions.
Here to kill me, aren't you? You can't kill me. Do you know who I am? I'm Baldur, one of the leaders of the Iron Throne.
Where can we find documents that will implicate your organization for, yeah, probably not say that. Could you just tell us where the other leaders of the Iron Throne are located? If you do, we'll spare your miserable life.
The other leaders, Brunos and Realtar, they're at Candlekeep, attending business with some benefactor from the south. You let me go now, please.
Fine. Yo, I don't care.
Peter Rex, try to keep up.
Yeah, might as well loot the good stuff. Realtar, my superiors are intrigued by your proposal. I would like to discuss it further, but not through correspondence such as this. Harpers and Zens have been very active in this region of late. It would be very unfortunate if they tried to disrupt an alliance between our two organizations. If you, Brunos, and Thaldorn were to meet with us in the safety of Candlekeep, my superiors would be much relieved. Please send a response ASAP. Signed, Tooth. Father, I received your letter. I can assure you that the mercenaries led by Melas the Vulture will no longer trouble our operations. I have dealt with them personally. Before dying, they were most forthcoming in their revelations. It is as you had surmised. They were agents of the Zentarim. I'm also writing to tell you that I cannot attend the meeting at Candlekeep. Some problems have arisen that the Chill and with the Chill and the Black Talons. They have had trouble working with each other, and I am needed there to smooth over any dissension. I'm sorry that I will not be at your side. Signed, Charabok. We just leave at this point. But where's the fun in
Selune
that?
guides my hand. Selune guides my hand.
Speak and be gone. It shall be even bloodier than you hoped.
Spit it out.
I will listen. For now, try to keep up.
With my usual panache, I assume.
Right, what's this then?
What if I can start summoning creatures here? Does this break the invisibility? Yeah. Understandable. Otherwise it would be sort of ridiculous. But yeah. Zalimar Cloudwolf.
Fear my wrath, for it is great indeed. Who dares intrude upon our negotiations?
My name is Melas. I was wondering if I could ask you a few questions.
Melas the Vulture, you say? Ah yes, Servak warned us you might try to meddle. That meddling will stop here, however.
Yeah, I'm quite sorry to have bothered you, really. Okay, no. And who are you to say so? I've crushed all those before you.
Those before us were fools as you are. Those before us were weak as you are. Those before us were not Zalimar, or Gardush, or Naaman, or Diab, or Azim, or Alai. Those before us are dead, as you will be. So it has been decreed, so it shall be done. So order Sarabak.
And Double Kanger. That looks fairly weak. I think I'll go with the hopelessness. The creatures will probably rush them, so I need spells that aren't gonna screw me over. Also pull back a little bit.
This will not be a quick death.
This is pretty much all over.
Ooh, I'm gonna work out some anger on you. I will show you justice.
Why do you suck so badly?
I will show you justice.
Possibly frosty. Death!
This will not be a quick death.
And the final level up. Not seeing anything too interesting. We're a bit low on funds, so
Your wish?
I'll take it. I have a task for you and those you have selected. You, the first of the faithful, are to stand ground in my stead. Be assured that I would not belittle your devotion with a simple guard duty. This chore is of particular interest to me and thus to you. Melas the Vulture has become a thorn in my side. I wish it removed. Do so and you shall please me greatly. Such is your charge. Do not fail in this. I'm Sarabak. Now, there's still a couple of people alive here.
This will not be a quick death.
Uh-huh. My turn to save the day.
Well, something along those lines at least. protection from undead. Immune to everything magical or otherwise that affects mobility in any way. This includes haste and slow spells. You know, it could be useful for one of our guys.
All right, but not because you told me to.
Chance to hit increased, 10 additional hit points, and that's it. 150,000 to the next level. Uh, 161,000 is probably the maximum level experience point amount. Bailoff has reached it. So yeah, we're gonna reach it, but
Speak and be gone. It shall be even bloodier than you
not
hoped.
really
It
much
shall
about
be
that.
even bloodier.
How do you access the lower level? I use this to come up, but ooh, apparently I need to go. That's bullshit. I came here through this staircase system, but can't go back using the same system. It's a minor thing at best, but still pointless oddity. Right, I think we're gonna go before reporting our results here.
Try to keep up.
We'll do the management stuff. I think we're pretty much going to be sent on our way to Candlekeep directly.
I serve the flaming fist.
What news do you bring? Aid to Scar. Just making sure, I guess, that we go to talk to Scar or Duke Elton after this. Do an equipment dump on Sorceress Sundries there immediately.
It shall be even bloodier than you hoped. Try to keep up.
+2 halberd. Just 2 different type of damage. That's why this would be good. Not really for us. Nothing wrong with it. It's just we can do everything we want with the equipment we have already. I could take a minor spell sequencer. I would need a potion of genius for that. Right. Might as well
Try
rest
to
too.
keep up.
We're in no hurry to go anywhere. Not in that much of a hurry at least. I also never did anything in the Thieves
Try to
Guild here
keep
or
up.
a lot of the other quests. I suppose the fact that the game is very much like the original game
Yes?
in all but the few companions and usability is that
It
makes
shall
me
be
think
even bloodier than you hoped.
I'm gonna streamline the Let's Play because of that. No point sticking your nose into everything if it's more of the same. I'm more interested in trying to find out what's different. Naturally, certain main events should always be played.
Try to keep up.
But in the end, we need to just be good enough to see things through. That should be our goal. I don't want to specifically hurry everything, but there's no point trying to drag things on either. I guess it's more not doesn't really matter much here now, but I think I'll follow that line of reasoning throughout the rest of the Let's Play. There's a lot of little pieces of crap and side activities and things like that you can do in Baldur's Gate 2, but we probably don't want to do everything there. I mean, especially if you want to switch around companions, you can do a lot of good companion
It shall
quests.
be even bloodier than you hoped.
We also won't have the stronghold because we have a shaman. I'd say that's a positive thing. Stronghold usually is a lot of little management things and curiosities waiting for time to pass in order to have the next dialogue, but it's not all that important overall. A minor spicing up of your specific character class, that's it.
Greetings, taxpayers.
Okay.
I am Duke Elter, commander of the Flaming Fist.
We know that any incriminating evidence would be found with Realtar, the overall leader of the Iron Throne in Baldur's Gate. He's currently supposed to be at Candlekeep on some sort of business. Then there is only one thing to do. Travel to Candlekeep and learn what they are doing there. Whatever it is, it can't bode well for the fortunes of this city. Take this book. Without it, the keeper of the portal won't allow you entrance into the library. Here also is the reward money that I had promised you. My
Your journey
ears.
has come full circle. Duke Elton has asked that you travel back to Candlekeep, where you must spy upon the leaders of the Iron Throne. While it troubles you that such evil men now make use of the Great Library, and you wish the circumstances of your visit would be different, it will still be a pleasure to return to your former home.
Hold, travelers! Before you will be allowed entrance, you must donate a tome of great value to our libraries.
We have the book you require.
You have met the requirements to gain entry to our most holy library. It is fine to see the child of Gorion once again within these hallowed grounds. Please have your less civilized friends refrain from causing trouble. We are very strict with the letter of the law, as you well know.
Not much we can do here.
Salutations.
Catterley.
I am Catterley, a visitor of Candlekeep, like yourselves.
Pardon if I seem out of sorts, but the journey has been long and treacherous, and my labors age me so. May I inquire as to your name? I'm certain I have seen your face before, but I cannot truthfully place it.
I am Millis the Vulture, and I called this place home for many years.
Melas the Vulture. Then I know you well, though you may be hard-pressed to remember. I was last here years ago and conferred with your foster father as you were off to chores. I am not much your senior, really. I'm certain you tire of hearing it, and that Legion have told you the same, but Ryan was well known to me. His death has been mourned by many.
I've received sympathy from many a person I have never met before. Who was he to receive such adulation?
Simple respect is all that it is. Ryan did many good things for many people. When last I spoke with him, I was barely acquainted with his fellows myself, but those who harp do tend to keep themselves their affiliations. He was a long-standing member, from what I understand. Likely he said nothing to you because he wished your childhood to be as normal as possible. I suppose all parents wish this, whether the child is theirs or not. I have yet to meet anyone who made claim to achieving it, though. How do you wager you have fared?
As well as can be expected, though I have learned much about myself that perhaps was better left unknown.
Would that I had a gold coin for every person I have heard say such a thing. I'm sure your troubles vary greatly from my own experience, but we all have trials we must overcome. We all have a side that should not see the light of day too often. What matters is how much strength you wish to let it have. Such words are better said for classes and meditations, not for reunions. I will take my leave, though perhaps I shall see you again before I'm to go. The tomes of Candlekeep are very nearly endless, and I'm sure to be here for a 10-day at least. There are some within the central keep who wish to speak with you, so it would be wise of you to visit there sometime. Farewell, my friend.
Uh, Cameo appearance. I'm not a fan of those in games or in movies because this was a pointless piece of crap, basically, as far as the game itself is concerned, and it was forced upon you.
Try to keep up.
Something on your mind?
Karen,
We lost the vulture. My child, look at you. Your face has gained some new lines since the days when I tutored you.
Karen, you speak true, but it's not your fault. You prepared me as well as you could for what lay beyond these walls. Let us pray that I'm prepared for what I shall find within them, now that I've returned.
Why? What is wrong here? Shall I tell the watchers?
Yes, call the Watchers, but first tell me if you have seen anything strange about the library today.
Strange. Why, yes. There is just a that is just the word I would have used for the Coveras fellow. He was right here beside me, taking Alondo's prophecies from their place on the shelf and reading them. I could hear his voice, recognize the seer's words upon his quiet breath, but when I turned to steal a glance at him from the corner of my eye, it was the strangest thing. His eyes were closed and he was reciting page after page as if from memory. He heard your footsteps, it seems, and wandered up. I was just returning the prophecies to their rightful place here. Would be wise to take a look. This Cabaras is dangerous, though. I'm afraid I'm too old and bookish to be more than a hindrance. Forgive me, but I must leave you now.
Do the prophecies actually exist here? Possible. During the days of the Avatars, the Lord of Murder will spawn a score of mortal progeny. His offspring will be aligned good and evil, but chaos will flow through them all. When the beast's bastard children come of age, they will bring havoc to the lands of the Sword Coast. One of these children must rise above the rest and claim their father's legacy. This inheritor will shape the history of the Sword Coast for centuries to come. The spawn of the Lord of Murder are fated to come into their inheritance through bloodshed and misery. It is the hope of their father that only one shall remain alive to inherit his legacy. I foresee that the children of Baal shall kill each other in a bloody massacre.
A pretentious pile of petty ponderances. No wonder you surface folk never get anything done. You're too busy poring over ancient manuscripts. Where's the flair? Where's the excitement?
I should have taken Bela for the carnival. I might still take him. Seems like he would at least have something to say about that place.
These walls
Crap.
contain the
They're coming to talk to me!
world's
Run!
Our library is a man's harem of knowledge.
Harem of knowledge. Never heard that before. Bendalis.
Hello, Melas. It's good to see you here once again. A pity you could not have returned during a more stressful time.
Why? What's going on that would cause you such stress?
Oh, it's nothing, I'm sure. It's just that, well, things just seem a little strange around here. Those decidedly un-merchant-like merchants, for one. And some of our own monks are acting odd as well. One fellow in particular.
Who would that be?
Well, there's this fellow named Cabaras. I assume he's a visiting sage of some sort, but he seems more interested in our guests than the tomes. He makes me nervous. I think he's had the same effect on others as well. Young Shistel has been out of sorts for days now. He's not as thick-skinned as I. You remember how nervous he used to be. He's quite the opposite now. Seems like a totally different person. I worry about him. I should go. It has been nice speaking with you.
Indeed. Might be a couple of spells here, things like that. Nothing of real importance. Still,
These walls contain the world's knowledge.
we'll move on up. For the week. Cover us.
You need something, stranger?
And pathfinding screwed him all over.
The Lord of Murder shall perish, but in his doom he shall spawn a score of mortal progeny. Chaos will be sown from their passage, so saith the wise Alondo.
There you are.
Ah, I thought I might find you somewhere around here. Allow me to introduce myself.
Please do.
My name is Cabaras. I used to work for your father, running messages to his harper friends in Waterdeep. Before he passed on, he entrusted this ring to me and asked that I give it to you should evil ever befall him. Will you take it?
And what evil befell him?
You were there, you saw it all. A woman, an armored figure, 2 ogres wielding gloves, and 2 archers. But Gorine's petty magics was of little use against them, was it not? And you fled with your tail between your legs, hiding amidst the trees until dawn broke. And now it comes full circle, doesn't it? Iron Throne so close that you can almost touch them and wreak your revenge for that night.
Yeah, you're right, Cover-ass. I was there, myself, my father, and 6 others who tried to kill us. Where were you, if you know so much?
If you be so void of trust, I'm surprised you made it this far. It is of little matter. Go seek your vengeance or your doom at the hands of the Iron Throne. I wash my hands of it.
Indeed.
These walls contain the world's knowledge.
How many levels does this place have? Is this the meeting place? Real tar.
My dear sir, you must realize that it is manners that make the gentleman. So would you kindly prove that you are one by leaving? The right people can afford to be rude, but this is not you. Leave now before my irate companion Brunos lets his temper get ahead of his reason.
The leaders of the Iron Throne. They're the ones who caused you so much trouble over the past few weeks. You know what you're all about, and soon so will Duke Elton.
You're the... and you're stupid enough to admit this. Well, my young friend, you may find safety within the library, but once you have left there will be no place for you to run.
We'll leave, but don't think this is the last of it. It won't be. Not by a long shot.
That's fine, little ones. I'm sure we can expect to see you in the future. If not in person, then at least your heads.
Ooh, Thrill Orchestra, who knows? She stalled. Something wrong with him.
Excuse me, but I'm late for my classes.
Leave me be, stranger. I have work to do.
All the other monks gave me a warm welcome. Why not you?
I have no interest in idle chatter. If you knew the daily routine of a monk, you would understand.
I know the routine well. I lived here for many years. It is you who should know me.
Of course. It's just that I didn't recognize your face. I'm just not acquainted with all of the monks quite yet.
I was not a monk. I think you're lying.
You would do well to leave me be. I tire of this game. Take your questions and go away, monkey.
Oh no, I have many more questions to ask. For starters, who are you really?
I'm your death, foolish meat.
Greater doppelganger. Ooh, that's interesting.
I am prepared.
Because we can probably interrupt whatever he's doing and pour enough magic on him that he's gonna die.
Get over here! It shall be even bloodier than you hoped.
I seem to recall a watcher here somewhere. Can I report this?
These These walls contain the world's knowledge.
No one cares. Someone got hacked to little pieces, but no one gives a shit. These are definitely my kind of people. Right. Not sure I want to start robbing the place. But if it's locked, we'll let it be locked. No named guys. There's the Watcher.
I should have joined the army.
No one knew here for over a month, and now there's a wave of me.
Well, I'm hardly new here, Watcher. No. A wave, is it? Anyone from the Iron Throne?
Iron Throne, I, Realtor, and Brunos are their names. We're in the Central Keep, meeting with Tooth and Kestor, Knights of the Shield.
Our library is a man's harem of knowledge.
Yato.
Melos the Vulture, good to see you. I trust you are well.
As well as can be expected.
No, I pine for the days when you and Gorion still called Candlekeep home. You brought a bit of energy to these walls. I'll have to speak with you later at length. But for now, you must rest. Gorion's old room is on the third on the south corridor, just as it was. I think there are a few things for you there as well. We shall see you later.
So this
Try
one.
to keep up.
This. Yes, southern. This looks a little bit different from how I remember this. Hello, Melas. If you are reading this, it means I have met an untimely death. I would tell you not to grieve for me, but I feel much better thinking that you would. There are things I must tell you in this letter that I might have told you before. However, if my death came too soon, then I would have never been given the chance. First off, I am not your biological father, for that distinction lies with an entity known as Baal. The Baal that I speak of is the one you know as a divinity. The crisis known as the Time of Troubles, when the gods walked Faerun, Baal was also forced into a mortal shell. He was somehow forewarned of the death that awaited him during this time. For reasons unknown to me, he sought out women of every race and forced himself upon them. Your mother was one of those women, and as you know, she died in childbirth. I'd been her friend and, on occasion, lover. I felt obligated to raise you as my own. I've always thought of you as my child, and I hope you still think of me as your father. You are a special child. Blood of the gods runs through your veins. If you make use of our extensive library, you will find that our founder, Alondo, has many prophecies concerning the coming of the spawn of Baal. There are many who will want to use you for their own purposes. One, a man who calls himself Sarabak, is the worst danger. He has studied here at Candlekeep and thus knows a great deal about your history and who you are.
Our library is a man's harem of knowledge.
After you retrieve the scroll, it would be good of you to see Cethril. He's waiting for you just upstairs.
Our rules are very strict.
You there, stop and surrender yourself. You are accused of murdering the men Brunos Kostak, Baldur Tenhevich, and Rildar Anchev. If you give yourself up now, you will be assured of a fair trial.
Well, I didn't murder anyone, so I'm perfectly willing to go to trial. My innocence of this accusation should be refuted quickly within any fair court of law.
I'm glad you still have some of the sense Gorion taught you. Please follow me. I'm sure everything will be sorted out quickly.
Doesn't really matter what you pick, the result is more or less the same. Might as well go with the easy way.
Someone disturbs me.
Overrun.
So, Melas, you have sullied your father's name by defiling his home and bringing ruin to a peace that has lasted for centuries. I spit on you and all your friends. Your transgressions will be punished in the most severe form. I formally accuse you of the murders of Brunos Kostak and Rildar Anchev.
I've done nothing wrong. Why have you accused me of such a thing?
You were seen playing the side of the murder by the guest known as Coveras. From everything we have seen and found, it is not hard to figure out what your purpose was. From what I have been told, you have been trying to place all the misfortune of the Sword Coast squarely on the shoulders of the Iron Throne. I assume you and your friends are assassins in the ploy of Arn. Perhaps you were sent up north to create discord in the region before an alien invasion. It matters little. You and your friends are to be sent to Baldur's Gate, where an appropriate punishment will be administered.
Anytime now.
Greetings, young
Cethril.
one.
Hello, young one. I'm sorry to see thee in such terrible circumstances. I know thee well enough to see that you have been falsely accused. Tomorrow Olrand will most likely sentence thee to be sent to Baldur's Gate. There thou wouldst receive the death penalty for these actions. I know that Gorion would not want to see his only child killed a scant few weeks after his own death. This as a favor to his memory that I will help thee escape. Make thy way through the catacombs beneath the library, but disturb them not. I have your possessions with me. You must take them and go with haste.
Do you know anyone by the name of Coveras?
I know of no one named Coveras, but Coveras is the reverse of Sarabog, a young man who accompanied the leader of the Iron Throne when they first came. I know not where he has gone. It is now time for you to go. I can teleport you to the secret room that leads to the catacombs, but from there you are on your own. You must be careful within the catacombs, as there are many guardians and traps, and perhaps whomever planned these murders. However dangerous the catacombs may be, they are a safer alternative to Olran's wrath.
Let's go. This might have been a bigger threat if you have done this before going to Sherlock's Tower. Now it's sort of a slightly inconvenient at best.
My turn to save the day.
I will listen, for now. Try to keep up. It shall be even bloodier than you hoped.
If I recall correctly, it's Rock crushes Lizard. I won't forget that one again.
What? What the fuck are you talking about? My book! You stole my book? You care.
I'm gonna work
Yeah,
out
this
some
still makes
anger.
no sense. Their encounters with individual doppelgangers? No sense at all. They're gonna ambush me. If they're not aware of me, then that's one thing, but they seem to be throwing themselves pointless to their deaths instead of trying something or deceiving me or anything. I just don't get the point.
You rang.
There's two items of interest to us here. There might be something
I'm
more
on it.
useful, but we're interested in the tomes of attribute increase. I don't think I can dodge this.
It shall be even bloodier than you hoped.
Ah, let's do it this way.
My turn to save the day.
I'm just going to have to disrupt these traps.
What is it this time?
Invisible
I'll do it.
Nira might be our gal here. And we're visible. Shit. Didn't really think that through.
Uh-huh. Stand back and watch this.
We will probably won't trigger all the traps, but I'm hoping that most of the lightning bolts, fireballs, and that sort of crap will trigger. Okay, who has extra healing potions? Just want to
Stand back and watch
prevent the
this.
invisibility. We'll maintain it. Crap. I'll use two of these. Right. Not perfect, but they should be a lot safer place to travel at this point.
Try to keep up.
What is it this time?
Need you to do something to make yourself visible. Thing.
With my usual panache, I assume.
Try to keep up.
1. Fire protection ring. Crap.
I can hardly believe it. You, the spawn of Baal himself. Urgathos was wise to tie my fate to yours. Think of the rivers of blood we could spill across the realms.
Yeah, well, the prospect of having divine heritage intrigues me. I cannot say I'm comfortable with the source.
The source of your divine essence doesn't matter, don't you see? Baal is dead. I say that the blood of a god is the blood of a god. It matters not from whence it came.
Maybe so.
Yes, I can see it now. A great fate awaits you. Do not forget those who have bled for you when you finally ascend.
We shall see. Right hand man. Mhm. Does anyone have any? Ooh, you have a horrible ring like that. Genuine protection from magic. Quite a few of those. +1 wisdom. This is not the one we're particularly interested in. Still, I suppose I have a decent amount of wisdom now. It's just totally pointless. On the other hand, I can use it as a sacrificial stat at this point. Spiders? Crap.
You rang? Stand
Get
back and watch this. Oh!
Shit.
Try to keep up. Try to keep up.
Right. Not sure what's there. That's the entrance to another area. We'll cleanse this rest here.
Spit it out.
Move on. This is by far the worst as far as traps are concerned. So if we get through this, the trap should basically go away for the most part. Will be replaced by hostile, but that's not a problem.
Be direct.
I mean, you have to be able to complete this game with more or less half your experience point amount. So,
Try to keep up.
much of a challenge to us. Oh,
I cannot fall.
yeah, you keep saying that, but that's not necessarily fact, is it?
Right, what's this then?
Are you gonna just sit there and take it?
I'll do it.
Try to keep up.
Shit. Need to kill them fairly quickly before they get one of the casters. Right.
You rang?
I understand.
Do you though?
With my usual panache, I assume. Your wish, Selune guides my hand.
Right. This should be the good stuff. Strength +1 permanently. I should have 18 strength. No, I have 19. Excellent. Excellent indeed. Natural 20. So that's a solid strength belt equivalent on you without any kind of buffs. Our biggest problem is that we'll always have one attack per round, so we're always gonna suck. Strength bonuses should be significant though. Right. +8 from the strength as far as damage is concerned. 3 bonus to hit. Yeah, the damage is starting to climb up quite drastically once the strength starts to increase. So normally our damage would be fairly insignificant. Thanks to the strength we are doing massive amount of damage. Will never be really good, but hardly matters. Who's gonna die from the lightning bolt? Yeah, only 3 this time.
Try to keep up. Right, what's this then?
So, is there a way to get past it? No, we basically just stopped on top of it. That was the biggest problem, I guess. Fucking hell, that's a massive amount of damage.
Try to keep up.
Bastard got headshotted with
My
that.
turn to save the day. I could really use Tensor's floating bandage over here.
What do you? With my usual panache, I assume.
If I use this edge, and it doesn't matter.
Be direct. It shall be even bloodier than you hoped.
Selune guides my hand.
Out of the way.
Try to keep up.
Seems to have a
I shall commit to the
recharge
task.
time, so it doesn't react to every guy with just walking over it. But right, that was pretty
Try
bad.
to keep up.
I go back. Want to rest in peace, and we need to rest. Resting is just simply faster than me trying to use shitty potions and healing spells over and over and over again.
It shall be even bloodier than you hoped.
I don't see what they could have here that's really worth my
It
time.
shall be
I'll do
even
a
bloodier than you hoped.
quick rush here and see if there's anything interesting. I don't think so. Not a and you're paralyzed. Lovely.
It shall
Just
be
wanted to
even
see what's
bloodier
there.
than you hoped.
We'll just have to go in and kill everything.
I will show you justice.
Try to keep up. It shall be even bloodier than you hoped. This will not be a quick death.
Okay, we don't really have
What
to
do
do
you
all that
want?
much guessing to know what's in that last room.
Incandus. This will not
I'm
be a
gonna
quick
work out
death.
some anger on you.
It shall be even bloodier than you hoped.
Fireball wand. Well, it's not exactly unwelcome, but I really need to start spamming fireballs soon. Otherwise, we're never gonna use them. There's no way we can ever use all of the charges, but I mean, we were firing fireballs in that room, but I could just use the wand instead of shooting an actual spell. We might as well. We might as well also shift the spell selection a little bit. I mean, what's the point of
Who is
having
my
fireballs
usual
if you have like 30 of them in a wand? We might want to think a little bit ahead of us here. We are looking at quite a lot of situation where we have to fight in the middle of other neutrals. I'm saying we probably want single target damage spells. Minute meteors would actually be quite nice. Don't remove it. +5 bonus to attack rolls, decent amount of damage and attack speed. 5 missiles per round. Minor spell deflection wouldn't be horrible. Motion hopelessness is perfect. I don't know. Both these will do, but they're not exactly great. Webbing is almost unusable for us, really. It doesn't matter too much.
Try to keep up.
Trying to keep up.
What do you need?
Rip it.
Try to keep up. keep up.
Hey,
Jundalar. So this was the
Get over
doppelganger base,
Try
basically.
to keep up. Speak. Try to keep up.
I will show you justice.
Something on your mind?
We're merely interested in just leaving the place at this point.
Something on your mind?
Eat flaming! Or possibly frosty death!
I don't want to go to the center, there's just unnecessary fighting there.
Try to keep up.
Right.
Melas the Vulture, stop this madness, child. I beg of thee. I soak these holes with the blood of innocence, and I cannot permit thee to go further.
Wield your true nature, doppelganger, or no more an Elminster than I'm Dristed Drow. Alright, can we get to the fighting?
Awake, my greetings.
Oh my
young
god,
man.
why are you...
Everything will be explained to you in time.
I can't believe I had to go on with that charade. It's so obvious that they're fucking doppelgangers, but you have to just keep going and going. Incredibly annoying.
It shall be even bloodier than you hoped.
My hotel's as clean as an elven
I mean, there's
arse.
nothing but
It shall
doppelgangers
be
here, and
even
still you
My
can't just
hotel's
start
as
the
clean
fight.
as an elven arse.
This isn't particularly well made.
Try to keep up. Peter Reck.
Right. Anyone want to go on a scouting trip? He should be able to stealth at least for a few seconds. I want to see if the ambush they have planned for us is there or what. So I can just throw some spells there instead of walking there.
I shall commit
Fuck
to the
this.
task.
He can escape from it even
Try
if
to
it's a
keep
trap.
up.
Yeah.
Speak and be gone.
Yeah, can we get to the killing
It shall
part
be
now?
even bloodier than you hoped.
First, away with the mirror images. Valuable loot. Taking it because I'm still fairly poor. Not sure if I actually have use for that money, but can't hurt.
It shall be even bloodier than you hoped.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Hmm.
You must be loving this.
There's a hostile party ambushing us here. I don't see why we would have to deal with that. We might as well just walk out of here.
It shall be even bloodier than you hoped.
Pratt, boar, suckle, and ham. Face spiders. It's a basilisk.
It shall be even bloodier than you hoped.
2 greater basilisks, in fact. It's not too big of a problem. Why we have this. And cannot target on invisible or sanctuary creatures. Makes sense to me. Now, where's the potion of mirrored eyes?
It shall be even bloodier than you hoped.
Yep. They're both dead pretty much at this point. See 14,000 for basically no work. 161,000. All reaching that border. Pyramid.
About time you got here, Pratt. It is Pratt, isn't it? I don't need to tell you that we must not keep Saravak waiting. Perhaps you didn't have any trouble in there. He said that the monks fell for the ruse and that Melos the Vulture was locked up, so he took the surface route out of the keep instead of meeting you in the crypts. We really must get moving if we are to catch up with him.
There's no way for you to... You're gonna blow your cover in every answer here. And this Saravak person, who is he again? Yeah. Okay, Pratt. Yeah, I'm Pratt. Pratt is indeed my name. Where are we supposed to meet up with Saravak? Okay. What was the point of us waiting in the crypts? Or then, yeah, we basically can fuck this up in numerous ways, so it doesn't matter what we choose.
I will listen, for now.
I have no idea if we even have a chance of disrupting him before he escapes.
I will show you justice.
Yes, we do. He was pretty pathetic. I more or less just wanted a new paralysis wand in action.
Try to keep up. You must gather your party before venturing
Right.
forth.
Life continues to be quite the challenge. You have been accused of murdering the Iron Throne leaders, and the Flaming Fist will undoubtedly hound your every step because of it. Despite all of this, you must return to the city of Baldur's Gate, the very lair of your accusers. You must find and expose the one who is responsible for your predicament. You must find Saravak.
So I must. Might as well do some of this at least. The mass invisibility spell will allow us to move pretty much unhindered. We have enough wands, so we don't really have to worry about what spells our wizards have learned. They have all in the bonds, they don't have to cast anything of their own. And the last vulture is as useless as always. I suppose his uselessness is something to do with the fact that we can more or less counter most status effects just by potions or by being a little bit careful. So In a different type of adventure, he would be more useful, but that's sort of the point. Since the adventure it is, so if he's not all that useful here, it's sort of pointless. Where exactly do we need to go? We want to... Yeah, let's just go into the city and see what happens. Someone going to recognize us? We do need to rest. Guess I'll just turn invisible and go meet with Duke Elson.
You close your eyes tonight, and visions of Candlekeep swim into view. As you pass through the gates of the Citadel, there is a flash of memory, and you are a child of only a few seasons once more. At your side is Gorion, gray-haired even all those years ago. How old must he have been to age so little in the time since? Aged as he ever was, you still have to run to keep up with him. He has an important meeting with Ulrant, the keeper of the tomes. An important meeting about you. Funny, you don't remember it. As you stand outside the doors of the inner keep, you can hear the shouting from within. Gorion seldom raised his voice, though you did not care to listen to the discussions at your previous stops either. As you trace patterns in the water of a fountain, a reflection distracts you from the argument. A large raven has perched atop a stone wall and stares directly at you with huge black eyes. You stare back through the mirror of the water and are suddenly afraid to meet the bird's gaze any other way. It has claws for feet. You think to yourself, little skeletal claws. The doors of the keep suddenly swing open and Ulrant storms out. He glances at you for a moment, but looks away as he speaks. You both can stay, he sneers, but mark my words, that child will be the death of you. A flash of memory once more, and Gorion walks out of the keep as he is today, dead. You drop your gaze back to the water so as not to see. The raven is gone, but your own image remains. Your eyes are black, like those of a bird. Like father, like child, the reflection says. You wake with a yell, predictably unrested.
But you're still fully rested. There might be benefit to just walk in the street instead of trying to evade all the tension. Because we do have some friends in the watch here too. So there's no telling who are we gonna bump into first. I'll proceed one area at a time. Not like the travel times are all that long. I haven't. Basically, it's a single building shown here. Oh yeah, I haven't been doing all that much exploration.
It shall be even bloodier.
Alright, this should be the Low Lantern Brothel. A lot of little quests that I've missed here.
You're a long-tongued lout, ain't you?
This has nothing to do with our current predicament. Oh no.
I serve the Flaming Fist.
You look lost, citizen. Can I be of any assistance?
Not so much lost as curious, officer. Have you any news on how close we are to war with Ahn?
On the brink, I reckon. Angelo's been mobilizing the Fist for war and equipping us with solid weapons forged from good iron thrown over. It's a good thing that Angelo has such close ties to Saravak, or we'd be lost. And a good thing he's been there to take command too, what with Duke Elton sick. One of the Duke is sick? What with? Oh, I don't know. It can't be serious. His cleric Rashad is caring for him. If you wish to visit him, he's in his room at the Flaming Fist compound.
Right.
With my usual panache, I assume.
Yeah, going to the police headquarters probably not a good idea. We're wanted for murder, so a little bit of caution might be warranted. Yeah, Flaming Fist enforcers. Those would have tried to intercept us. Reputation is average. If we start killing police, that might take a nosedive.
Try to keep up.
More enforcers. Benji. Kent. Hello, Kent.
Every crime must be punished.
You there. Shh. Don't make too much noise. My name's Kent and I want to talk to you.
What is it you want, Kent?
I remember the bunch of you from when you worked for Scar and Elton. Well, since you've been gone, things have gone downhill. Elton's taken ill and he's resting in the room beside us. His healer, Rashad, keeps on saying that there's nothing he can do, but I know better. He's no healer from what I've seen. Anyway, it don't matter. I've decided to desert the Flaming Fist before things get too hairy. I don't want to lose my life over whatever power struggle is going on in the city.
Why don't you think Rashad's a healer?
I followed him one night all the way into the sewers. There he went into the undercellar. Why would a healer be found in a whorehouse? I don't know what he was doing there, but it wasn't good, whatever it was. I have to get going before my commander notices that I'm deserting. Perhaps we'll meet again.
Yeah, why would a man go to a whorehouse? That's a mystery.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
We're here to protect the Duke.
Stupid primates. It was your last mistake to come here. Guards, let us see how your vaunted skills perform against one who was born an assassin.
Eat flaming! Or possibly frosty. Death!
Is there really no one else you can bother?
Well, yes, but you're my favorite. He's not really doing anything. He's so busy hasting himself that he's already dead.
Try to keep
up. I'm so tired.
I'm again in your debt. That creature has kept me helpless for too long. Perhaps if I hadn't been incapacitated, I might have been able to prevent Scar's death. Angela will soon hear of my recovery. It's important that you take me away from here. I'm sure Angela won't want me coherent and among the living. Take me to the Harbor Master's building. The Harbor Master is a good friend of mine. I can rest there until I'm fully recovered. Take this letter. I managed to filch it of Rashad when he was caring for me. From what I read of it, it seems that Saravak has dire plans for the city. I fear for the lives of my fellow dukes Leah and Bel. If they were to die, Saravak would take over the city. You must find Slythe and Kristin and stop them. Hurry, we must make haste.
Okay. I think
That's someone
invisibility
else,
is
you
our
filthy
best
swine.
bet here.
Speak and be gone. Even bloodier than you hoped. It shall be even bloodier than you hoped.
I think Benji would have a use for the angel skin ring.
Try to
Maybe.
keep up.
Doesn't really matter. It was certainly someone in the flaming fist, getting married, looking for a ring. I've been holding on to one through the entire game, for no particular reason. Well, it's in a bagged container. No real loss as far as I'm
Try to
concerned.
keep up.
No wasted inventory space.
Nasty times are coming, I reckon.
By the bitch queen's breath, that's Duke Ilton you have with you. He's looking in a bad way. Leave him here with me, I'll make sure he's alright. But you are the people who've been working for Scar and Ilton against the Iron Throne. Well, I'm sure you have much to do, so you should get a move on it. Don't worry about Ilton, I'll keep good care of him. I've got to get him to a safe place, so good luck.
Kishka, I must commend you for a job well done. Without your careful administrations, Elton would have remained my most potent foe. I must now ask you for another favor. Some of your brethren are gathering at the sewer entrance to the palace. They are preparing to assassinate Grand Duchess Leah, Janeth, and Grand Duke Belt. I need you to assist them in their efforts, for you are the craftiest of your kind. This is the moment I have long waited for, as I hope you have as well. The bloodshed that will result when I declare war unarmed will be most glorious. Meet Kristin and Slide at the Undercellar. They are my best assassins. There are many access points to the Undercellar through the sewers. Signed Saravak. And I think we're leading things here. So the assassination plot is made clear at this point and how it's going to proceed. Doppelgangers and paid as professional assassins kill two Grand Dukes. I don't think we need to do any kind of special preparations. At most, there's a handful of doppelgangers and greater doppelgangers. We can use the wands to strike at individual targets, summon additional cannon fodder, and use hopelessness spells to keep things under control for the most part. So I think we should be fine.